Alrighty, so the extended patch notes are out, and I wanted to make a Should You Summon for Zeldris video because the banner is pretty interesting and the character is interesting. So let's talk about it. I do want to say I literally just uploaded a video a couple of minutes ago. There was already leaks for the banner that comes after this. I'm not exactly sure if it's like after this or what the deal with it is for some reason. So start from the beginning. The ReZero collab has been leaked to get a rerun with 2 new characters, which means the old characters should be getting holy relics as well, because that's what they've been doing with more or the more modern collab reruns and everything that they've been doing. So just be aware that even though this has a pretty good banner and the character's kind of okay, I don't really know if I would recommend summoning with the information that we have now, because, you know, collabs are a pretty big deal. If you weren't around for the first ReZero collab, there's 4 characters with the original, and then they just added 2 more, so that's 6 characters that you might not have that are all pretty interesting, except for maybe Beatrice, because she was... she's like debatably like the worst collab character to ever get released, but... Either way, some of the collab characters are really fun to play with, and I do like the ReZero collab characters quite a bit. They all help out the Unknown team tremendously, so it could be in your best interest to, you know, mess with that. If you're not interested in those characters, by all means, you know, summon on this banner. But let's look at this thing, because like I said, there's a pretty decent lineup, and the character himself is really cool. I really love his design and everything, but man, I feel like they dropped the ball with this guy. So he does have increased drop rates. I want to say he's a 0.5, but I'm not positive on that. I actually haven't seen like the actual banner details on JP or anything, and they don't release that information beforehand in these patch notes or anything, which is unfortunate. But there are some great characters on here. So we have the Red Tarmiel, Green Sariel, Red Tarmiel obviously being the one that everybody's been really wanting to come back ever since his original banner sort of, you know, came out. He's not featured, he's not rated up, so just be aware that, you know, you could throw 1,000 diamonds at this thing and not get this character. So take that with a grain of salt. You know, just because he's on the banner doesn't mean you're gonna pull him. So I mean, you know, I always say as well, you can't pull a character if you don't summon too. So, you know, if you're feeling spicy, if you're feeling lucky, he is on the banner. He is a great character to have, so I definitely recommend if you can get a copy of him, that you probably should. But, you know, the 2 newer Archangels are on the banner. Couple of other seasonal characters. The New Year's units are on here. The Christmas Green Danafor Liz is on here. Christmas Lilia is also on here, which is really, really nice. Jormungandr and Magelda are on here. Green Brunhild, Red Halloween Matrona is on here. Awakened Easton, and Mark II Valenti. So there's a couple of characters that I could definitely use. Obviously, I don't have Zeldris yet, and, you know, I'm planning on, you know, getting him. So we will be summoning in just a few hours whenever the banner goes live. So if you haven't subscribed or you want to see the live summons, feel free to drop by. But I do need him, of course. I still don't have a copy of Blue Christmas Lilia, which would be really, really nice to have. And I also don't have Awakened Easton. Not that I would really use her, but she's not a terrible character, and I think she's kind of cool looking as far as design goes. So, you know, box CC and cool character in the box, you know, that's nice. So I'm missing 3 characters on this banner. Would be nice to have. Obviously, any extra Tarmiels would be much appreciated, but yeah, that's what I need. So pretty decent lineup. You know, obviously some of these other characters like Magelda and Jormungandr and stuff like that are good for, you know, bird, deer respectively. So if you need those characters, they are on here. If you're already planning to summon, hopefully you pull some decent decent units that you need. He does have a new ultimate and everything, which means that he does have new costumes. So just be aware that you're going to have to invest into this new Zeldris. If you've already, you know, invested a whole lot into the Green Festival Zeldris, I'm not really sure if I can recommend you get this guy over, you know, just using Fest Zeldris, because I recently maxed out my Festival Zeldris with 6/6 on the Esterosa banner. I've already built his relic. I already have all of his cosmetics and stuff like that maxed out, so he's pretty much as good as he can be, and he's a great backline unit, whereas this character's, you know, brand new. I'm not saying he's bad, but he definitely is a bit underwhelming compared to what he maybe should have been, considering he's ominous Nebula Zeldris, like the one that everybody was really looking forward to. But yeah, he has a pulverized card, which I'm not a super big fan of. Like, I would much rather just be able to take off an ultimate move gauge anytime, but you have to have 4 or more orbs to be able to do that. And it is kind of nice that it does more damage with the more orbs that you have, but it makes it really underwhelming if you use it, you know, in the beginning of a fight. So not my favorite card. It's not a bad card, but it's not really one that I look forward to most of the time. And he does have an AoE Infect, which is a good card, but from my experience, I don't ever feel like I'm in a situation where I'm like, man, I really need to stop these people from healing because my Estarossa is just going to absolutely, you know, one shot wipe them if I put the encroach on either way. So, I don't know. I don't think that this is super necessary in my personal opinion. Like, I'm sure it will help out the team, and maybe you have that issue and I don't, but I don't know. It just, his kit is not what I was looking for in a unit. I would have much rather him had like a stance, so that way he could have took Chandler's place, or if he had double AoE, so he could have took Hendrickson's place, but now he really just kind of needs to be in the back slot. So he does have a weak point ultimate, which sounds really good on paper. From what I've seen, it doesn't seem to hit as hard as you would really want it to, even at max level, which is kind of unfortunate. And on top of that, his passive is PvP only, so that is also another thing that I'm not a big fan of. I would much rather be able to get more use out of a unit in multiple game modes, but I do plan on messing around with him. I am planning on buying his outfits and everything. We'll definitely try him out, and I think it will be a good comparison to see how good he does in the backline compared to Festival Zeldris, and I'll probably try him up front as well for you know, a video or two, but I'm not looking forward to him in the front, to be honest. I think he's a backline unit through and through. I think he has some use up front, but I think that there's better characters in the game at the moment, so either way, he's very interesting. I would say, honestly, if you already have some of these characters, if you already summoned on, you know, if you already summoned on Red Tarmiel's banner, if you already have some of these other more exclusive characters, maybe, you know, you already have Jormungandr, you already have Magelda, whatever the case may be, I would say those two and Red Tarmiel are probably the 3 that you're looking for on this banner. Maybe Christmas Lilia, you know, I think that she's still pretty good. She's not, like, at the height of her career anymore, but she's definitely not bad. She still does really good damage with a Holy Relic. So those are, you know, great characters on here, but like I said, they're not featured. There is a collab right around the corner, so I'm not sure if you already have those units or you're not really interested in some of these units because you either already have them or you just don't need them. I would say that this is a pretty easy skip. A lot of people were saying that this is a really good banner for value as far as free-to-plays go, and I'm just not sure if that's true. Like, I don't know. The Estarossa banner was terrible, but Estarossa himself was good enough to make you want to summon for it. So if you're already in the middle of summoning for him, or you've already summoned and you're low on gems, I don't know if I can recommend you summon for this guy, because he doesn't really seem to help out the team as much as you would want him to. And I don't know. Hopefully we'll get some better demons in the future that will sort of help out the team even more, which I don't think it's in a bad spot at the moment, but obviously as new stuff comes out, other teams get more, you know, better characters or buffed or whatever the case may be. Like unknowns are probably going to get buffed with the next, you know, banner coming out. Then it probably will end up taking top spot for a little while, and then maybe, you know, as, you know, new demons come out, they'll sort of cycle and rotate what the best team is. So either way, let me know your thoughts and opinions. I really do want to hear them, because I don't know, I've been watching quite a bit of content on this guy, and I'm not thrilled to summon for him, but he is a really cool character. I really like Zeldris. He's main character material to me, but they keep giving him the side character treatment for some reason, so not a big fan of that. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see the summons, feel free to subscribe and stuff like that. I will be live in a few hours, and I will see you guys then. See you then.